Hi, this is Kevin Dio from Upscale Audio, and today I am blessed to have Ari Margolis from Rega, from Sound.org, who represents Rega in the United States.
Yeah, we've got Rega, we've got Cord Electronics, Cord Company cables, and Proact loudspeakers. Awesome company. I just had the pleasure of visiting the Rega factory in the UK, and it was just an incredible, inspiring experience. It is impossible to visit that facility without coming back just bleeding green.
Going away, bleeding green. Right on, right on. Because they are a real fabricator, right?
Yeah.
And I did not, and the thing I got to tell you is, some companies, they say that they have their cartridges that they mount on their tables, and they do not make them. In fact, I'd have to say many turntable companies, they don't make the cartridges. Rega is one of only two. Well, yeah, there's a couple others, there's a few, but still, they do not take other products and rebrand them. You make them in-house, right?
They're one of the few companies that makes everything from the cartridge to the turntable, components, phono stages, amplifiers, and even loudspeakers.
Right.
From start to finish, all at a really high level, all with a level of style and soulfulness and care that you can really feel when you turn on your stereo and you drop the needle on that record.
Right on. Now, I want to tell you, we're going to get to this. I just got to say, though, we sell a ton of Rega turntables. And if you look at our website, there's a box you can check and where we will unbox your turntable for you, and we will put it through the paces, checking to make sure that there is nothing wonky, because I'm telling you, it happens sometimes. We will make sure that the overhang is correct. We'll make sure that the speed is correct, that there's no nothing. We make sure everything's perfect for you. And my setup team, they really do enjoy Rega because they don't have much in the way of issues.
Well, I hope we make it easy for them because we have this unique 3-point mounting system where you really can't mount that cartridge out of alignment even if you try. With 2 mounting points, it's easy to get a little wonky, but with 3, think about it, you got this triangle.
Right.
Set it and forget it.
Boom. But I will say that there's an additional thing that we do that makes your unboxing experience a lot better. So whether or not you're local here, and by the way, we sell the Naya, which is the big $1,700 turntable. Unbelievable. And that one we only sell local. You know, you want to make sure that you get good support wherever you buy your turntable. All right. Let's go and talk about this because it's a big deal. You guys haven't changed these for like a jillion years, right?
Yeah, the previous range of moving magnet cartridges is 10 years old or more. And in that time, Rega hasn't been just sitting back and selling more cartridges. These have been under research and development for a really, really long time, and it shows. The technology has improved immensely in that time. It all starts with this strange rare earth element called neodymium, ND, from the ND series of cartridges. So we've got the ND3, ND5, ND7. They all use the same neodymium magnetic generator. What's so special or important about that is this metal has a very strong magnetic pull without needing to use a huge amount of mass. So we don't need to put a huge chunk of metal in here to make it heavy and clunky. These are nimble, agile instruments that trace these teeny weeny little micron grooves in your records to create the sound of Mariah Carey's voice or Jerry Garcia's guitar, or what. It's a freaking miracle if you think about it.
Yeah, yeah. Now, what I like about your cartridges is they have a very high output voltage, and that's important to you folks. People go, oh, I want moving coil, I want a moving coil, and I've got that. And if you're going to spend a lot of money on the phono stage, then I get that, but you got to be mindful because sometimes people buy a low output MC and then their phono stage is not that great in the moving coil mode, and they end up with something that just doesn't sound great. They can't adjust the loading, and it ends up being kind of noisy. This has got 5 millivolts out. You plug that into a moving magnet output stage, and it's going to just boom, it's going to rock your world. And the beauty of this is, because I've already looked this up a little bit, how you guys have designed the coils and the neodymium. These are really fast. I mean, they sound kind of like a moving coil, don't they?
The early reviews are saying that. I've heard that myself. They have that kind of open, airy, sparkly sound that you might frequently attribute to a moving coil design, but they're just way easier to work with than an MC. And a whole lot less expensive. on the cartridge alone, and then when you factor in the amount you'd have to spend on a proper MC phono stage to turn that eensy-weensy signal into something that you can hear, this becomes an incredibly good value.
Right. Now, unlike other moving magnets, the Stylus is not user replaceable. However, they have a retipping program where you can get it replaced almost immediately and make it really easy should you break it or your housekeeper breaks it or whatever. So they try to help you out to make it more reasonable. And of course, you always want to contact us because we're going to take care of everything for you.
Absolutely, call your retailer if that happens. The replaceable, some cartridges do have a replaceable stylus, which is convenient, but it's kind of problematic from a design perspective because necessarily if that stylus is user replaceable, then it's stuck in there like a puzzle piece and there's some play there, there's some wiggle room.
Well, even if there isn't play, it may not line up exactly perfect.
There's a
and
margin
when you
of
build
error.
it this way, I can understand the reason they want to do that.
Yeah.
Everything, when they put it together, they can look at it and go, boom, it's perfect.
The difference from the 3 to the 5 to the 7 has only to do with the shape of that stylus tip. The magnetic generator, the body is the same, the only difference is the color, but the tip is very different, and it might sound like it's not that big a deal, but when you move from the bonded elliptical model here to the nude elliptical, which is more of a solid piece of metal with less junction points, to the fine line stylus profile that the 7 occupies, you're getting deeper and deeper into the groove. You're able to trace these tiny little modulations in the vinyl more accurately, and it makes a world of difference in tracing not only brand new vinyl, but maybe you've got some old that's a little bit dusty and has seen better times. That fine line tip on the ND7 actually gets deeper in the groove. You get quieter playback. You're reaching a part of the vinyl groove that maybe hasn't been played back for ever.
And we got all kinds of record cleaners for you. So, all right, well, great. So, elliptical bonded on the 3. On the 5, you've got elliptical nude mount, which I love. And then on the 7, fine line nude mount. And I can see exactly where you're going with just a little bit more speed, a little bit more detail as you move up the line.
When you listen to them, it's very easy to discern that good, better, best hierarchy, that they've really achieved that there, and the price difference makes it seem like how could it possibly be that much better? It is definitely commensurate to the price, and I would say even more than that. It really gets good, better, best. We've talked about how awesome these are and how high value they are, but the best part of it is the 3 and the 5, which are replacing the Elise and the exact same price as the models that they are replacing. And this 3 is going to be available on the Planar 2, which suddenly,
for a very competitive price.
Suddenly turns that Planar 2 into a really bona fide audiophile deck for $795.
Planar 2s have always been just a really, really big seller. Wow. All right. Well, I love it so much. I want to thank Ari for coming out. I want to thank you for listening. You know, our salespeople are not on commission. I always talk about that, but I just hope you guys talk to them and find out what we're about. We really care. We're just record freaks, aren't we?
Can confirm.
Yeah, can confirm. And we want to make sure that you are happy. So I want to thank Ari for coming out. I want to thank you folks at Upscale Audio. We're going to treat your system like it's ours. Thanks.